I told you guys that, sorry if I'm looking everywhere, I have like notes, I makeup everywhere, stuff like that. So let's get into the chit chat, get ready with me. So, the particular relationship that I'm going to be talking about would not be my most recent one because I am seeing somebody right now. They're totally amazing sometimes. But yeah, this is not about the current relationship that I am in now. But this was my relationship previous to this one. So I will just start by giving you a little bit of background. So me and this person that I'm speaking about in this video, we I guess knew of each other for forever. And we just one day saw each other, and she asked me for my number, or she DM'd me and asked me for my number, and after that we just were inseparable, right? Cool. So we were together for like literally almost a year. We just missed a year. We broke up like right before my birthday, and we started going out on my birthday. Yeah, whatever. We broke up a little bit before my birthday. We were together for about a year. I don't really want to get into like super detail about everything that happened in our relationship because that's not important. I really want to talk about what happened, like the part where we ended up fighting. Like she put her hands on me. That's the whole point of this video. That's what I really wanted to get into. Some of the things that I noticed about the young lady that I was dating was that she was really disrespectful to her mom, and I mean like disrespectful for no reason. Like, and when I say disrespectful, I'm not talking about like like just didn't do what her mom said, because she's a grown. She could do whatever she wants to do, but she would be like calling her mom all types of B's and just whole full-fledged cussing her mom out for no reason, like, and was staying with her mom. So I'm just like, it's kind of like a red flag for me too, because me and my mom don't have like the best relationship. Like we don't have the best. Me and my mom don't have the best relationship, but we're definitely better than we have ever been, in my opinion, since I was a kid, of course. But I don't just walk around disrespecting my mother like for no reason. Like this girl would just be whole cussing her mom out. Like if her mom asked her to wash a dish or something, like she just could not control herself. Like she had zero self-control. By the way, I'm not gonna tell you what I'm using. I'm just gonna probably like flash it in the camera and then put it all in the description box because I don't want to have to keep stopping saying what I'm saying. So that was the first thing. And I always said too, but because my family unit isn't like, we don't like, we all hang out, but like we're not as close as I would like to be. And when I raise my children, I want them to, feel like our family is pretty close and that they can talk to us about anything, whatever. So that was something I always said that I would try to make sure I get in a relationship with someone who is very close with their family, in efforts to not feel how I feel about my family, right? So that was one thing. And then like another thing that I noticed too, like when I met her, a lot of the things that she told me about herself, like as far as like career wise, what she was doing with herself at that moment, come to find out were not true. There were a few situations that happened that were kind of like, I mean, you should probably leave this girl alone, but I did not, for whatever reason. So, first situation was a situation with a young lady that she used to date. So, one day this girl texts my ex-girlfriend and says, she said something inappropriate. Like I said, I'm not going to get all into detail about what was said and how everything went. She texted something inappropriate. My ex-girlfriend was like trying to hide it. It was like this whole big old argument, and yeah, that happened. Something that could have been avoided happened, and I didn't like it, right? Cool. Then one day, it got real. My ex-girlfriend bit me. Like, I will try to see I would text my best friend to see if she still has the picture, because like when it happened and I had the bruise, it was on my arm. You could, yeah, you could still kind of see it, but it's not like prominent. So like if I try to put it in the camera, you probably wouldn't be able to even tell that there's something there. But the girl bit me, like, and when I tell you she bit me, like, the bite mark was like the size of this round thing here, but it was like on my arm, and it was like black and blue. It turned purple, like you could see the teeth marks, like it was really bad. And when she bit me, like we were kind of like going back and forth, but like it wasn't like a serious argument for, like, it wasn't that serious. And she like bit me, and after she bit me and when she seen what she did, she was like, she tried to like, oh, I was just playing, I didn't mean to bite you that hard. But I'm just like, what are you, a dog? Why would you bite me? Like, that's not even cool. So that was like the first physical thing she's ever done to me, right? So I'm like, okay, well, she said she was playing. Maybe she did not mean to bite me that hard. Okay, cool. But I was low key mad. Like, I'm not even gonna say low key. I was high key mad, and I cursed her the fuck out. Like, I cursed her out. Like, why would you bite me like that? Like, what is wrong with you? Why would you bite me? Period. So that happened, and then I got my place. So at the time I was staying at my aunt's house in her basement. I had like the whole basement to myself. So once I saved up enough money after college, I moved to my aunt's house and I stayed with her for like a little while. Once I saved up enough money, I got my own apartment up North Jersey. So she just kind of like invited herself to move in with me. She would have been here every day anyway, so I guess I'm just gonna say it probably didn't matter, but I kind of wish it never happened. So she just invited herself to my house, and this is when our relationship totally went downhill. She just invited herself to like live here, and she like never had money for bills, like ever. And listen, you're not staying in my house without helping with anything. Once we started living together, that was like the bulk of our arguments. Like, where's your rent money? Like, why don't you have money for this? Why don't you have money for that? Like, she would just act like she just never had any money. Like I was just supposed to hold down the fort by myself. So then the next thing, she started to kind of like be verbal abusive. Like when we would get into like an argument, it would go places that it didn't need to go. Like, she would like try to like say stuff about my family. She would just be real cruel for no reason. Like, it just was never that deep. And like the stuff that we would be arguing about would have nothing to do with anyone else. And like somehow she would try to like insert a jab towards like, oh, that's why your mom don't, or that's why your dad don't, or that's why, like she would just like throw little jabs about my family. Then we started having problems with her working. She, for whatever reason, I don't know, she has some type of disease, illness or something like that with her liver, where she tries to like use it to like, oh, I'm just not gonna go to work today, and I'm gonna go to the doctor, and they're gonna give my boss a doctor's note to say that I have X, Y, and Z, and that I could be out of work. But the problem was, if you're not at work, you're not full time. So if you're not at work, that means you don't get paid. That means when it's time for me to pay bills, they're all in my name. When it's time for me to pay bills, you don't have your money. So one time she just decided that she wasn't going to go to work for 2 weeks, right? And got upset when I said something to her. So the last thing before, the other thing that I wanted to touch on, she would do stuff that was like really embarrassing. Like, she would like embarrass me in front of my friends, like not say stuff to me, but like she would pick an argument. Like one time she picked an argument, me and my sister, Taisha, you seen her in one of my videos. I think she might have been in more than one of my videos. I don't know, you can go check. But one time me and Taisha went somewhere, she wanted to come. Cool, we took her. So I don't know what the heck was wrong with her, but then she like, when we were leaving, she was like, oh, Rami's come here. So I'll go over to her like, what's up? So she was like, you and your friend was sitting up talking about me, like y'all was saying stuff about me. And we looking at her, like, mind you, the whole time that we were at the place, at the cookout, she was standing next to me. Like, if I said something about you, you would have heard it clearly. What was you saying? What was you saying? Like, what? Like, why do you think? First of all, they don't make me look cool. Me sitting up talking about my girlfriend. Like, I brought you here. Why would I just be sitting up talking about you? So, needless to say, she was very insecure. Okay, so that's that. The final situation that made us break up was she put her hands on me, and thank God, after she put her hands on me, I had enough sense to get out of that situation quick, fast, in a hurry. So one day, so at this time we were broken up. She kept calling me every day, like, I really love you, I want to get back with you, this is that and the third, blah, blah, blah. She was going through her whole spiel, right? So, on this particular day, she, like, asked me that I want to go, she had just had a modeling gig, and she asked me that I want to go support her at some, like, after, I guess, she was trying to say, like, it was, like, an after party or whatever for her and her cousin. And let me just put you in the state of mind that I was in. So she asked me to go, and I told her no mad times. And then she like kept asking me, come on. It would mean the world to me if you came. This and that. Just come support me, whatever. I know you're not talking to me, but you know I really love you. Da, 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 da. I fell for it, right? So I just was like, all right, whatever, I'll come. We all go. It's me, her brother's girlfriend, her brother, and they said that this boy was their cousin, but I never seen him before, so I'm just gonna say the cousin. All go. Like I said, it's and so the cousin that drove with us wasn't the cousin we were meeting there. That the one who she said the event was for her and her cousin. That's not him. It's a different guy. We end up meeting the other cousin there. He was already there at this time. So we get there where everybody's just having a good time. We're just hanging out, right? So there comes a time in the night where there comes a time in the night where we're just sitting down at the bar. So I'm sitting, so say this way is the bar. I'm sitting right here. My ex is to the left of me. And then she's like standing up against the wall. So I'm sitting in the bar chair facing the crowd. I'm not facing the bar. So I'm facing like the crowd. She's standing up against the wall next to, kind of like to the left of me, and then her cousin is sitting in the corner, like he's standing in the corner up against the wall as well. So then she's sitting there, her brother's girlfriend is sitting next to her, and her brother is like standing in front of me. So we kind of like form low-key like a square. So we're standing there like that, right? And then like some song comes on, and my ex-girlfriend pulls out her phone, and she's like making a video. I want to say she was like making a snap or something. I don't know. So then because she's so tall and I'm so short and I'm sitting in the bar chair, I can see everything she's doing. So she goes to her phone, she saves the video, and then she sends it to somebody. So when we got to the club, I left my phone and everything in the car because my phone was about to die anyway, and I'm just like, I don't need it if it's gonna be dead. So I just left it in the car in the trunk. So cool. I could see her, sending the video to somebody. So I'm sitting here wondering, I forgot to prime my eyes, guys. Oh my gosh. So I see that she sent the video to somebody, right? So I asked her, when she, they got done, making the video, whatever the case may be. So after they came back to like sit next to us, I asked her, I said, so who you send that video to? She goes, I ain't send a video to nobody. So I said to her, like, I just sat here and watched you send the video to somebody. And she's like, I didn't send the video to nobody. I mean, you crazy, you wild, and this, that, blah, 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 blah. So I asked the brother's girlfriend, I said, what time is it? Because like I said, I didn't have my phone. I'm like, what time is it? She said like 2 a.m. or something like that. So I said, okay, cool. I know for a fact you sent it to somebody. I said, it's 2 a.m. If you said, who could you possibly be sending that video to at 2 a.m. and like 2 o'clock in the morning? So she's like, I didn't send the video to nobody. I was on Facebook Live or something. She said somebody's live. So I looked at her. I said, do you think I'm stupid? Like, you really think I'm stupid? Like, come on now. We don't got to do this right now. So I'm just like, can you please stop lying? Like, just tell me who you sent the video to. Like, come on, why we gotta go through this whole little spiel where you won't think you gonna lie, and then you gonna end up getting caught and all this. So she proceeded to keep lying. Now this is me. I'm the type of person that if I know you lying, and I asked you more than I feel like I needed to ask you, for the truth, I'm just gonna walk away from you. So that's what I did. I asked the brother. So why I was asking her this? Like, I want y'all to understand something. I wasn't making a big scene. Only me and her knew what I was saying. Like, nobody else could hear me. I'm whispering in her ear. I'm talking to her like regular. So while we were having this conversation, her brother had he had like went outside to the car or something like that. I don't know. So I knew he'd walked outside. So I said to myself, all right, Mommy, just get your stuff and leave. You know, like, this girl is calling you, telling you she want to work it out with you and all this other stuff, and then you get here. She's clearly sending the video to somebody. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Who you ain't sending it to one of your homeboys? Who you sending it to? So, we had a conversation about this particular young lady. Okay, let me back up. I said, okay, I'm just gonna leave, whatever, cool. So I didn't say nothing to her that I was gonna leave. I'm saying this in my head, like, okay, Rami, well, get your stuff and leave. This girl, she a liar, whatever, cool. So my plan was go outside, meet her brother. Her brother's outside somewhere. Find him, have him give you the keys to the car, go get your stuff, call an Uber. Cool. I stayed with a couple dollars in my pocket just in case for emergencies like this. So I call, I find her brother. I go get the key. He gave me the keys, whatever. So when I walked out, I guess the cousin, maybe, I don't know if she said something to him or whatever, but he sensed that, like, well, I'm not gonna say what he says. I don't know what made him come behind me, but he came outside as well. So when I went to go when I got the keys from the brother, when I went to go get my stuff from the car, I went to go get my stuff out the trunk, he walked me to the car. He was like, I'll walk with you. I don't want you to be out here walking by yourself or whatever. So, and it was like a lot of chaos out there too, so that's probably why. So, I'm like, okay, cool, no problem, whatever. I never told him like I'm leaving or whatever the case may be, nothing. So he just walked me to the car. So we standing there. I get my stuff out. I gave him back the key. I gave him the keys to give back to the brother because I had no intentions of walking back over there to the place that we were at. So he like, what, you about to leave or something? I'm like, yeah, like I'm about to go home. He like, why? We just got here, this, that, and third, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, nah, I'm okay. I don't really feel like being out really. I'm just trying to say anything just so he can shut up and leave me alone. So, and at this point, like, I'm not even mad. Like, this type of stuff. At this point in the situation with me and my ex-girlfriend, like, this type of stuff is expected of her. Like, she's a very attractive girl. Sometimes, like, a lot of girls be on her or whatever. So, I wasn't at all upset. Like, it's just like, you can't even be honest. Like, we're not together. You claim you want to work on something. Why are you lying? Like, what are you lying about? Like, not that deep. I ain't somebody you need to lie to. So, I'm sorry, I had to do my eyeliner. I can't talk and do my eyeliner, and it still came out kind of choppy, but whatever. So, while I'm talking to him, I'm sitting here, like, trying to request my Uber, right? So I request my Uber, and by the time I had literally just finished, and then by the time I looked up, my ex-girlfriend was like standing right there. She's like, what you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm about to leave. So she knows I'm about to leave, but she's trying to make it seem like, like, honestly, she probably thought that, like, I just went outside or whatever. Like, I was mad, so I went outside, but I don't know if she expected me to leave, but she knew why I was leaving. Like, she knew when she came outside that, why I was leaving, because I said something to her. So she like, why are you leaving? This, that, and that, and she asked the boy, like, he give us a second to talk. So he like he stays by us, but like he kind of like walks away a little bit, like he walks a little bit to the side. So she's like all like talking to me, like we're calm or whatever. She's all like talking to me, like, why are you leaving? So I'm like, I said to her, like, we're not gonna be able to ever accomplish anything if you can't even like be honest with me about what's what's going on. You really just sit in my face and tell me a bold-faced lie, like you're not texting, like you wasn't sending a video to somebody. I wasn't. I said, okay, cool, open your phone, let me see. So she like, oh, like, no, whatever. So I took the phone out of him I know the code. I took the phone out her hand. I knew the code, so I typed it in. She tried to like hold, you know how somebody like I'm holding the phone, but she's like trying to like hold my hand to like to make sure I don't go like looking at anything else. So I go to the messages. Sure enough, this girl that we had a conversation about before, she told me, oh, me and her, we're cool, whatever the case may be. I met this girl, blah 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 blah, at work. She's trying to make it seem like the girl was a model. Come to find out, the girl was a stripper. Cool. So I said to her, I said, this, you know how on phones it says like the person's name in the thread, and then next to the name, before you click it to open the thread, it says like the time, you know, like the last time you spoke to the person. So I said, I thought you wasn't texting nobody. It's just, this is saying that you just text them. So she like, I didn't send her the video. I clicked the girl's thread. Sure enough, she sent her the video. I'm like, but why are you still lying? Like, why are you lying? Like, bro, like, you're caught. Like, can you please stop? So, but when I sent it, it wasn't like that. I wasn't saying it like, you know, like, it's like, it had said something like, the girl had asked, like, where you at, or whatever case may be, and she was like, no, she said, like, where you at, beautiful. She said something, I don't know, like with a compliment with it, whatever. She just, like, asked her, like, where you at, whatever the case may be. And then my ex was like, oh, I'm in Elizabeth, I think we was in. She said, oh, I'm in Elizabeth with my brother. And she sent the video. And then she was like, wow, what you doing tonight, boo? So I'm like, if you got your little shorty, why are you calling me? Your shorty should be out here with you, not me. Like, we don't have to be together. So then she start turning up. So now at this point, like, her brother and the girlfriend are coming outside. So they're like, yo, what y'all doing? Why y'all out here? Whatever. Because like I said, they don't know what's going on. So Chanel like, nah, she's trying to leave. The brother like, why? So I guess Chanel proceeded to, oh, I didn't mean to say her name. Well, the brother's asking like, why are you leaving or whatever? And my ex-girlfriend was like, I guess she proceeded to tell him why I was leaving or whatever. And then he like gets like, he like didn't get in my face like all aggressive, but like he like gets in my face like, oh, well, why are you leaving? So the brother asked me like, why are you leaving? This is that and the third. I'm like, because I want to. I don't have to explain myself to you. Whatever, cool. So then the girlfriend said something smart. I just looked at her like, nobody's talking to you. Please, like leave me alone. So then my ex-girlfriend at the time, she's like getting mad now. Like now she has an audience. This is what I mean when I say she used to be embarrassing. Now she has an audience, so now she thinks she got to do the utmost, right? So now she's like all in my face. You're not fucking going nowhere. You're not leaving. You're not doing nothing. You're not going nowhere. She snatched my phone out of my hand. And as this is happening, my Uber pulls up, right? So the lady pulls up. At first, I didn't see her. Like, we seen the car, but I didn't know that was my actual Uber or whatever. So my ex snatches my phone out of my hand. Like, I had my phone, my pocketbook in my hand. So she's like, you're not going nowhere, this and that and the third. You're not leaving. I'm like, yes, I am. Well, if you want to leave, we could just drive home. I'm like, no. So me and her are going back and forth. And at this time, she's like hollering and screaming at my face. You're ODing. You're leaving for no reason. You mad for no reason. This, that, and the third. Da, 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 da. So I'm just like, why are you getting so loud? And why are you in my face? And she's like, now she's like causing the scene. And, you know, like, it's like almost time for the place to let out or whatever. And then I guess too, the place, it was another place next to it, like I guess connected to it, and that it was like a whole bunch of Mexicans in, and like a Mexican stabbed the other one, so like the cops was coming. It was just like this whole commotion out there, right? So we're going back and forth. She's like all in my face, like she's like in my face to the point where she's spitting on me like this, like we're mad close. So I'm like, move, like back up. So she picks me up off my feet, and this is where I lost it. She picks me up off my feet and slammed me on the back of her brother's car. When I tell you, at that moment, I felt like every little bit of sanity that I had inside of my body to keep it cool with this girl seeped out of my toes as she was lifting me up off the ground. I tried to fucking murder her. I tried. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I tried to hurt her. So as soon as I felt my back touch the window, like hit the back window, I just looked at her and I just lost it. Like I never want to be that mad again in my life. Like I just lost it. I tried to like claw her eyeballs out. I tried to like I tried to get her. Like I really was trying to hurt her. So we somehow end up on the floor like we're like all over, like we're fighting, like we're legit fighting, like fighting each other. Like I could not believe she put her hands on me. So we're on the ground, like I'm on top of her, she gets on top of me, the brother is pulling me off of her, he pulling her off of me, like the cousin's pulling her off of me, like the brother's girlfriend is trying to like break it up. Like it's just a whole bunch of nonsense. So then we get done, I guess scrapping or whatever you want to call it. So after we fought, she's like all in my face, like like howling and screaming and like cussing at me, like you're fucking retarded, this, that, and the third, you wilding over nothing, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm wilding. I just tried to leave. Like I mean, I'm obviously not this calm at this point, but like I'm like, I just tried to leave. But you're coming out here chasing after me, saying that I'm wilding. Like I'm not wilding. I don't want to be here no more, so I'm going to leave. Like my mama told me, if you feel like you're not wanted somewhere or you don't want to be somewhere, get up out of here. So that happens. Then we got done fighting whatever, and the brother like had his hand on me, like on my chest like this, up against the car, like he had us like apart or whatever. So then I don't know how I'm sorry, the cameras keep going in and out of focus. I don't know how she got back that close to me, but then out of nowhere, like like her chest is like pressed up against my chest, and she had me by my neck. I still have the scars from the fight because she was choking me right here. She's like choking me like, you always effing wild and this, that, and the third. Da, 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 da. She's like ODing in my face. So then she spits on me. Oh, if anybody knows me, you know I don't like spit. You know I don't like to hear people spit. I don't like to hear people go. I don't like, no. It's just, it drives me crazy. So she spits on me. And again, I flip shit on her. Like, she spit on me. I flip shit. We're fighting again. Like, why would you spit on me? Like, why would you spit on me? Then the brother is yelling again. He's like, yo, why are y'all wilding? Why are y'all wilding? Da, 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 da. Here's where shit gets real. He's like, why y'all wilding? Why y'all wilding? This, that, and that. I told him, leave me the fuck alone. Like, at this point, I'm like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm ready to, like, try to get in my Uber. The Uber lady is standing there. She's sitting in the car watching the whole thing. So I tries to get in the Uber. She locks the door. She said, I'm not getting in the middle of this. I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, you're going to have to call somebody else. So I'm like, all right, whatever, cool. And at this point, my ex wasn't even trying to let me get in the car anyway. Like, I'm pulling the handle. She's like locking the door. Like, she's like pushing the door closed. So I'm just like, oh my God. So I'm trying my damnedest to get in the Uber. It's not working. The lady's like, you got to find somebody else. I'm just like, okay, cool. So like, why are y'all wild? What are y'all fighting about? This, that, and the third. Like, it's not that serious. Y'all not even together, whatever, whatever. And I told him, like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, I'm ready to leave. Like, I'm mad. Like, we're fighting. Like, I had on like this crop top. I had on like black high waisted jeans and this crop top. So like my breasts were out. I didn't have no bra on. My breasts were out. Like, I'm just like, I'm mad. Like, I'm just like, I can't believe this is even happening right now. Like, I can't believe you put your hands on me. So I told him, like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, get out of my face. So the girlfriend here, she come again, running her mouth. Don't fucking talk to my boyfriend like that. Da, da, da. I just teed off on her. Boop, boop. I ain't even care. At this point, you're in my face. You're howling and screaming. You're doing too much. Bye. So I start fighting her. Me and her fighting. I'm whooping her fucking ass. And they break it up. They break the fight up, right? So they break the fight up. The cousin is like pinning me up against the car, like, get off of her. I'm still holding her. Like, I have her here. She had these long dreads. So I'm trying to snatch, because I can't hit her, because the way they got me pinned up against the car, I'm trying to snatch every dread out of her head. Like, I was so mad. Like, I was just so mad. So I'm trying to snatch every dread out of her head. She's screaming, get her off my head, get her off my head, get her off me. She's crying like a little bitch, right? She should have never said nothing to me. She should have left me alone. Should have left me alone. I wasn't bothering you. I wasn't even worried about you. Keep talking shit. That's what happens. So, they break the fight up. Cool. I let go of her. Her brother, my ex-girlfriend's brother, spits on me too. So he's big. So my ex-girlfriend is like 6'2", 200 pounds. He's bigger than her. I'm not about to fight you. Like, he Aki. Like, okay, so my ex-girlfriend, she played basketball. She Aki too. But that's a man. You know, like a man Aki? No. I'm not fighting you. So I'm picking my battles. The moment his spit landed on my face, my hands landed on his girlfriend's face, I started fucking her up again. I'm like, well, your boyfriend should never put his saliva on me. That's gross. So, me and her get to fighting again. At this point, people are outside. They're looking. They're watching. People are probably recording it. So, they end up breaking the fight up because the cops came for the Mexican guys. So, we just literally just got done fighting. And I also called the police too while I was there. And they told me that they were coming and like, I guess they thought that I was calling for the Mexican guy situation, and that wasn't the case. So when they got there, it was kind of like, that's what they were responding to. So like when they seen that, first of all, at this point I had no shoes on. Titties all out, scratches all over my face, scratches all over my neck. Like if I was to take my makeup off, you could see it better. But like I had scratches everywhere, bruises everywhere. Like it was just not a pretty sight. So by the time I got near the cops, because okay, after we stopped fighting, I just started walking that way. I'm like, I'm not getting in the car with them. Like my ex is like trying to drag me, like she's holding me by my arms and pulling me by my waist, like come on, get in the car before we get locked up. This now, I'm like, bitch, I'm not going nowhere with you. I don't care. My mom, my auntie, everybody put their coins together, come get me out. I'll get them their money back in the morning, or when I get out, I go to the ATM and get them back their money. I'm not getting in the car with you. So she's like insisting on me getting in the car with her, and I just started like pulling away from her mad hard, and like it was like a cop running by, and I was like, excuse me. And when he looked, he was like, get the fuck off of her, whatever the cop was saying to my ex. And she was like, no, like she was bickering with the cop for a second or whatever. And then he like made her get off me, so like I was able to get away, and he like put me in a car. He was like, come on, you gonna come with me, and you know, do you want to file a report or whatever? So he took me. I was sitting there for a little while though, because they were responding to the Mexican guys who were stabbing each other. So I was sitting there for a while before we were actually able to leave and go anywhere. So once we got there, I called my sister. He was like, is there anybody to call to come get you? I'll call my sister Ty, the one I was saying in the video, that's in the videos earlier. I called her. She came and got me, and she was like looking at me like, what is wrong with you? And I just bust out and started crying. Like I was so upset. I was so angry. Like I low key wish I didn't hit his brother's girlfriend, because that wasn't nice. But she was popping shit. She was saying stuff to me, and just, you know, somebody just ODing about their man. It's just like nobody stop talking to your boyfriend or talking to you. Y'all need to be quiet and get out of people's business. Like I wasn't even trying to take it there with her, but she was doing too much. But I just was like, I was embarrassed. I was like, everybody saw my titties. Not that I got bad titties, but I'm just like, everybody saw me, you know, saw my body and stuff like that. I'm like, that's not cool. Like, I can't believe I was just outside acting like a wild banshee. I cannot believe this bitch put her hands on me and yada, yada, yada. It was just like this whole big old thing. And then when I got home, they were all sitting outside my house in my parking lot. Like, why are you here? I called the cops on her. Had the cops come tell her to leave. There's no reason for you to be here. Is your name on that lease? No. She was like, well, I need to get my stuff out of there. She was trying to find any reason to come out. I was like, I threw that stuff out the window. Y'all can come get it. It's right there. Go get it. It's on the floor. And the police was like, you can't throw the rest of her stuff out the window. We're going to go get it. I don't even want her to know you threw it out the window. I said, okay, cool. That's fine. It's up to you. But she's not allowed in my house. Or in my building, for that matter. She don't belong in here. No reason for her to be here. She don't know nobody in here other than me. So the cop takes her stuff and makes her leave or whatever. She blew my phone up. She still hits me up to this day. Trying to get back with me. Like when I was talking to my sister, I was like trying to explain to her, like, I never want to allow anybody. First of all, she did put her hands on me like first. Like it's not like I just reacted out of anger and just started wilding and trying to fight her. I said to my sister like, but I never want to get that upset where somebody has that much control over my emotions. Like never again. Like it's never that deep. And I told her too, like, God forbid I ever be in a situation or a relationship where the person I'm with wants to put their hands on me for whatever reason, or an ex, or whatever the situation may be. I just hope I never experience that type of stuff ever again. Like, my feelings would really hurt. Like, I did not ever in a million years think that we would ever have, like, a physical altercation. Like, why would, like, I don't know. First of all, I'm not even into fighting. I haven't had a fight since, like, high school. Like, that's not my thing. Like, I'm not about to be out here just scrapping, like, and then fighting somebody I cared about. I definitely felt like she treated me like I was just some random bitch off the street. Like, let me just fight her because for whatever reason, like, my feelings were so hurt. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. My feelings were so hurt. It was like a big old thing. Like, my dad got involved. It was just like a whole big old thing, and yeah. I will just say this in reference to the situation. I wouldn't necessarily like call this like by definition it was a domestic violence situation, but like when somebody show you who they are, believe them. If they are sneaky, if they are a liar, if they can't tell you the truth no matter how much you ask them for it, stay away from them. It's not worth your sanity, guys. It took me a long time being with that girl for me to realize that, like, she did so much stuff to me that I didn't even name in this video, that I didn't even speak about in this video. And it's like kind of embarrassing because it's just like I had so many signs to leave, but you be all dumb trying to be all helpful, like, oh, I don't want to leave her alone because she don't have nobody, or oh, I don't want to put her out because she don't have nobody. It's not your fault. It's not your problem. She don't have nobody because she act like a wild banshee. That's exactly why she doesn't have anybody. Hold on, let me put my lashes on. I allow somebody to have that much control over my emotions. That's definitely, it's not good. I wish I didn't act like that. I wish that I would have taken heed and paid attention to the signs sooner, because I could have definitely avoided that. That whole situation was definitely avoidable. So I'll just say this. When somebody is showing you who they are, believe them. Somebody shows you that they're a liar, believe them. If somebody shows you that they're not down for you and that they're not going to take the initiative to do what they need to do for themselves, they damn sure ain't going to do what they need to do for you. Because there were so many things in that relationship there were so many things in that girl's life that she needed to do for herself that she just didn't have the drive to do. So now looking back, I'm not surprised that she wasn't able to deliver it the way I needed her to. But it sucks that I had to go through all that to finally realize that. But I'm happy I did. I'm not gonna say I'm happy that the situation happened, but sometimes your biggest lessons come from a time of pain, and that was actually the situation with that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Now I can give you some slow-mo.